What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to take a look at Ableton's glue compressor, how you can use it, and what exactly a compressor is to begin with. So if you're ready for that, let's get right into this. First things first, guys, you can think of a compressor as a plugin that basically takes the peaks in the volume levels and kind of smushes them and gets them so that they're closer together. So if you think about like your drums here, so let's play this really quick. So maybe the snare is a little bit louder than the hi-hats and all that, so everything's playing at a little bit different level. Well, if you put a glue compressor on there, what it's going to do is take those levels, it's going to reduce the ones that are louder so that it pushes them closer together so that everything sounds more cohesive together as a unit. So you could think of it as gluing the sounds together, but it's really just getting the levels closer together so that everything sounds more cohesive as a unit. Alright, so we got our drum bus right here, so we're just going to throw a glue compressor on it and start playing with it. So looking at this glue compressor here, the first couple things are the attack, the release, and the ratio. The ratio is the amount of compression that we're actually going to be applying here. So usually I would put this on 4 or 10 unless you want a really subtle amount of compression. Okay, so you have your attack and your release knobs. And the attack is how quickly is the compression being applied to the channel that it's on. And the release is how long is it waiting before it stops applying that compression. So how long is it keeping that compression on for after the sound is being played. So when we're dealing with drums, we are going to want a faster attack and a lower release. But let's say you were putting a glue compressor or a compressor on your 808 or your melodies, you're going to want the opposite. You're going to want a longer release and a faster attack. When you have a longer release and a faster attack, it's doing a lot more to smush everything together versus when you have a faster or you have a longer attack and a faster release, you're getting more of the transients out of the sounds. So when we are dealing with the drums, it's almost always the case that we want to do it this way. Before we start playing with the attack and release settings, we kind of need to turn down the threshold to a certain point to where we start getting some gain reduction. So this right here is going to show you how much gain reduction is being applied to the channel that it's on. You usually want to keep it between 0 and 10 if you're doing anything standard, but if you're trying to compress the hell out of it, go ahead and shoot it for any range. But let's go ahead and get it between 0 and 10, probably around 7 or 8. Alright, awesome. So now that we got about 7 or 8 dBs of gain reduction, now we can go ahead and take a look at the attack and release. So right now we have it where it's going to be playing more of the transients, where I would put it if I was doing drums. But if we do it the opposite way, you can see that it's a lot quieter and a lot more compression is happening, and the gain reduction is going up towards 20 now, right? But since we're doing drums, again, we can go in for the transient. So we could turn this all the way down like that, but let's see if it sounds better like this or if we put it up 1 or 2. Alright, I think we should stick with that because it's sounding like it's doing a little more of what we want it to, but now we have to play with the threshold again so that we're not doing too much. Alright, that's starting to look really good to me. So this makeup gain right here, basically this is to counteract all of the dBs that you've taken away from the gain reduction. So if we turn this off, we can go ahead and look at our drum channel right here, and we can see exactly where it's hitting on here, and then we can get a feel for how much we need to add back to it. So we're hitting about 0.2 over or 0.24 over. So let's turn this on now and see where that clap's hitting, because that seems to be the loudest thing. Alright, so it's about -2. So we can turn this up about 2. We'll do 2.28 and see how that sounds. Alright, that's fine with me. We don't need to go up any higher. So let's listen to it before the glue compressor, and then we can listen to it afterwards. So you can hear when the glue compressor is off, you actually hear the clap and the snare a lot more because they're a lot louder than everything else. They're a lot louder than the hi-hat and the open hi-hat. But as soon as we turn that back on, you can hear that. The levels drop a little bit and everything gets a little closer. So listen to that really quick. Awesome. So that's exactly what it's doing. So you also have a little soft clipper here. So if you want to use the soft clipper and you don't have your own already on your drum track or on your pre-master, you can go ahead and clip it here so that it's not going to go over the 0 dB threshold. You can see that it's staying at 0.55 now. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up this tutorial on how to use Ableton's glue compressor. So I hope you learned a little bit about compression in this video, and if you like this video, smash the like button for me so that we can start moving the algorithm on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here because we're uploading new tutorials every single day, bro. And besides that, I'll be catching you again in the next one. Peace out.